Welcome to Reaper Life 4, episode 52. In this episode, we do Epic Two-Toed Tobias, aka Gibbers, in Three Barrel Cove on Reaper 10 Skull, and we are level 29. With me for today's introduction, I have Little Mama Whoop-Ass. Hey, Mama, thanks for joining.
Hey, Wu, everyone.
So we did this video back in early May of 2020, and this is the longest series I've ever done, with over 50 episodes, and here we are, it's January 2021, and I was just talking on the stream today how after Reaper Life 4, and pretty much after every Reaper Life series, it's almost like we graduate from high school and everybody goes off to college. Like, we kind of all went our separate ways. Some people went out of the game for a while for different real life reasons, and you actually have been out of the game for most of the time since Reaper Life 4.
Yeah, well, I did I went over to hardcore for a bit, but when I finished that, I had some health problems, some heart issues and stuff. So, I have been away for a bit, and I really missed everyone. I am back almost full-time now, so I'm really happy to be able to do that.
And that's why, because Little Mama's been out of the game for so long, that's why it's been taking so long to get her as part of an introduction. I'm so glad that I was able to grab you before the series ended, because we only have a couple more episodes after this one.
Yeah, I can't believe it's like almost a year, isn't it, since we started?
It's crazy.
That's, yeah. It was fun, though.
So I don't know if you're caught up on the series or if you've been watching it at all, but it's been, for us, since we finished it, like going on 8 months. So I'm just wondering if, as you've watched any of the episodes, do you have any afterthoughts about the series at this point?
Yeah, I have watched when I could. I think it was awesome that we did like R10 everything. And I really saw how we progressed, and it was a lot of fun to be able to stand back and watch what we did after, because you kind of see a lot of things you don't see because you're taping this from your perspective, so it looks totally different.
We definitely coalesced as a group. We came together and started performing better as a team, even though we're all friends and we all run with each other. But, these particular builds, all 6 of us every day, we definitely, came together well, and it was a lot of fun to watch that component of Reaper Life 4.
Yeah, totally. It was awesome having Twiz join us this time on this run. A lot of the differences that we have as far as what we played was a nice group to see. The development, the tank, the different parts of what we all did. And I think some of that was also, for myself, seeing how far Little Mama has come since we started Reaper Life.
It seems like so long ago when Reaper Life 1 happened, you had just come back not long before that to the game, and you were still in very much a relearning phase of being a returning player.
Oh, yeah. Holy. When Little Mama started off, with very little of everything. I had diddly squat, but now I've kind of evolved. I got a few diddlies and managed a few squats since then as far as gear and everything. From the start of Reaper Life, it was pretty stressful the first 2 Reaper Lives. Up until now, Little Mama has more in her belt now and stronger developed tune, and of course I've had a little more practice. For me, the only thing that I could really see that was easier, if I could say that word, was a little less stress. So I had less stress thinking, okay, I got to do this because I don't have that, and I got to run to catch up with everyone, so I didn't have to pay so much attention to having to do that. We all started, of course, this life with a lot more stuff in healthy solid builds, because all of us have a lot more Reaper points, gear, and all that kind of stuff. So that was a big difference. Plus other things that did happen, of course.
So Reaper Life 1 was 3 years ago, and like I said, you entered that as somebody who was just coming back to the game after a very long break. You had almost nothing in terms of past lives in Reaper points, and you're going right into high skull Reaper mode in the early days of Reaper. Now, I had a comment earlier on in this series from a viewer that said, they really like the tutorials and guides that I do, but felt like these R10s from Reaper Life 4 they were posting were unrelatable for them. So I'm wondering, kind of, if you had any advice for somebody maybe who's looking at, these videos that, where we're doing R10s and looking at that thinking they'll never be able to do that. I'm wondering, because of your personal journey, can you speak to that to those who might be looking at these R10s and thinking, wow, they would never be able to do that?
Walking straight in on a first tune you've never made new to the game, it may just turn you off the game totally. From my own experience, I guess in comparison, you would look at this that when you start off, just like anything else in life, takes a little practice. Some of the things I did earlier in the series with Little Mama is I would solo enter some quests and do the most stupidest things just to see what happens and what the results would be. I mean, it sounds a little off the wall, but I actually had fun doing it, because then I pushed myself to see how far I can get with this kind of equipment or this kind of build or, that kind of thing. But to start off with, you probably need to consider, one, join your friends and try to see what it is like in just Reaper 1, just to get a little feel of it. And then decide on your build. Like for Little Mama, I'd say I really like playing a Sork. Some people like playing a Barbarian. Think of what kind of a build you want, you can afford to do things with. So save up for those tomes, your Strength Tome, your Intel Tome, or Charisma. Slowly build up to getting some of that type of thing. What past life right away will benefit what you're trying to do. Don't worry about, oh man, I can't be a completionist. Don't think that right away. Think about first, I want to get some of my basic bones kind of a thing. So going from there, I think the biggest difference with Reaper mode rather than regular questing is that the more you will do a regular normal quest, or raid for that matter, you can remember and know what to expect as you're doing that quest or raid. Once you get into Reaper mode, however, things change, because just like some of the times in R10, we had to restart, because when you enter, you don't know which Reapers are going to pop up when, how many, and where are the Fear Reapers, because they're, going to snuff you out unless you really know what to do very quickly. So that's a big difference, is that type of a level. But the more you run a quest, especially the ones you really like, keep repeating the quests that you enjoy. You will start to know what to expect, unless you're like me and you have short-term memory sometimes and you forget. Then you get a little surprised now and then. But you slowly have to build up to it. But by watching what we're doing, even now as I go back and watch some of what you've taped, I can learn and say, oh, gee, yeah, okay, we did this or we did that. Or when we had to restart, we started to think, okay, these are the moves we need to do really quickly. Like heal the tank, or get the assassin in there behind the tank to kill someone, or the ranged people, stand over here rather than over there in order to take down certain mobs. But don't feel you have to enter on a really high level right away, especially if you can't afford to, because it does take time and cost things in order to get to build all of that. So I think that's what the good basic start is.
These R10s are tough, and I bet since we finished this series, I bet I haven't done a dozen R10 quests. I'm not doing R10s every day, and I want viewers to realize that this was a special project where we challenged ourselves to do these epic R10s. When nobody else was doing the epic leveling R10s, everybody's doing the legendary R10s, and doing these epic leveling R10s was something special, and this special project was really neat to share with viewers. And anybody who's watching and feeling like, oh, the high skull stuff, seems impossibly out of reach, if that's what you want to do, you can work toward that. But I also don't want people to think like, oh, if they're not doing R10s, then then they suck or something. Like, it's okay to do whatever difficulty you're comfortable with. On any given day, through heroics, I might just be doing R4s. Legendaries, I might just, doing R6s and 8s and stuff. You do whatever difficulty you enjoy, that you're comfortable with, you have fun with, and, if you want to do the R10s, that's something that everybody can work up to. One of the things that Nimbin always says in his streams and videos is, how what's going on here isn't mysticism. That there's nothing that we're doing that isn't completely repeatable. We're not doing hidden secret Game Genie cheat codes behind the scenes or anything like that. Like, everything we're doing is out of the box. Our builds are posted. You're seeing what we're doing, and like I said, if people want to work up to that, they can. But like you said, you kind of have to take it one step at a time.
Oh yeah, totally. And playing what you enjoy running. For me, I mean, I like to blow stuff up. So I had a lot of fun as an alchemist. The gear that I had, which is now almost a year ago now, I was very pleased that from what I've learned along the way, I was able to get, like, my multi-vial DC base once we were into Epics was 114. But I'm not a completionist anything yet. I'm still working on a whole bunch of things. It took me forever to get a lot of Reaper points and earn my Reaper wings. Takes a long time too. So it's just, don't feel pressured, because you don't want to make it seem like work or a drag either. So you want to try and build up to that as well. And the fact that, as a group, we've played together for a while. So, as you said, it took a few runs in the beginning in order to get our little group dynamic going, to work as that team. So it takes time. That's really the important part, is don't push too badly.
You've spoke to this topic in the past, so I want to ask you to speak to it again, because some people will be watching and maybe they feel like they have other things that may impede their ability to play the game on a level that they want to. And I know that you in real life have some things that make it more challenging for you to play a game like this, especially when you're trying to step up the challenge of it. So I wonder if you can speak to the challenges of your situation, so that other viewers may be able to relate to that.
That covers quite a bit there. Physical challenges I have, like with arthritis and everything, so I can't do some things as quickly as some others. I can't use the keyboard with both hands. One has to be on a gaming mouse, one on the keyboard. So I have to, kind of train myself how to move quicker and develop all those moves. Some of that is the challenge for me, and I tire very easily. So I kind of have to, learn what my limits are and how to work around them, because a lot of people who play this game have disabilities. So sometimes I think that feels or adds to shyness, where you won't join any groups, or you're afraid to, start up with something thinking that, oh, maybe I'm just never going to be as good. It's going to take time, and as I said earlier, practice. No matter what type of dexterity level you are, I think this game does offer a lot of the different variances in order to set yourself up to play the game, in order to do all this. As far as shyness, yeah, it took me a long time to even join your teaching, the High Lord's teaching of the raids, because I was too shy, thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, or maybe I won't remember this or do that. But just try and go for it, and if you do find good people, then yeah, it's going to be fun. There are days when I feel really crappy and I can barely move, but that's when you'll see me still log in the game, and I'll just go into slay areas and have fun, put on my music and bop around in there. Because there are some slay areas that I think are really nicely done as far as graphics and stuff like that, which you want to get away from your daily stuff and real life stuff and just enjoy. So that part can be, the goodness of it. Some of the other challenges I've had as a woman playing the game, yes, I was confronted. I don't know what the word would be. I did not have a good time because of some of the men in the game that thought, well, women aren't supposed to play. This kind of thing, you don't belong here, and they kind of say a lot of things to really put you down. So a lot of the women gamers don't say anything when they sometimes join, not just in DDO, but in other games. They don't say anything, because as soon as they do, then sometimes things happen that you don't want to have happen. But, it's gotten better over the years. There's a lot more friendly atmosphere. There's a better and more inclusive environment in a lot of the guilds. So I think that friendly part of that inclusiveness that has developed has helped change things quite a bit. I think that's what you meant.
No, that was great. I know that you've been back to the game for a few years now, but as a 14-year-old game, DDO is constantly we're having returning players, and it can be a struggle to get back up to speed or to relearn the game. DDO has changed so much over the years that I wonder if you can speak to the challenge, or if you have any advice for people who are just coming back to the game, or may be interested in coming back, and what you might be able to give them some advice based on your somewhat recent experience of coming back to the game after a long break.
I've had a few breaks. If you've been away for many years, I think the game has changed and developed quite a bit. So not only is there a lot more to offer, more questing, more areas, so much has been added to the game that it's going to take a while to explore what's where and choose what you'd like to do. I mean, it's huge now. It's like having a little grade school book in front of you, and all of a sudden, boom, somebody plunked an encyclopedia in front of you. There's just that much more to offer, especially in the races, and oh gosh, I mean, it's endless, really. What you can get, what you can work towards. I think that a lot of what they've built and made, especially now since Standing Stone took over, that change has been really, really nice. And I think it's probably really good to ask players that have been in the game for a long while to say, hey, guys or gals, I just came back. Is there anyone who can point me towards this or that, or be open to questions? And of course, your videos help explain an awful lot. So, I mean, those links alone will help. And none of that was there before. I mean, it was pretty well much like that grade school book. Hey, my niece in real life just got into DDO tabletop, so it's like, hey, this is getting popular again. There are some tweaks, of course, that they need to fix, and they are working on that. So that is a really good thing to hear. But hopefully when you do come back, find some friends and try and go from there. Don't be shy.
Before we wrap up this introduction, are there any other topics that you'd like to talk about?
Well, about Reapers, actually. I noticed that, if I remember correctly from my little bird brain, you know, when we did the heroics compared to when we entered epics, we found the heroic Reaper to be, holy crap, hard compared to once we entered into the epics. I remember well, even now, with the Vengeance Reaper, the circles, they're hard to see. I don't know why. If you're on a ramp or stairs, we don't know they're there, and all of a sudden, we're done. So I think some of that was like, oh man, that was tough. But I think I'm really glad how we pulled it off. I really enjoyed running with everyone. So I think that was often really the case, is that we had a lot of fun. And boy, still, those Reapers are wicked.
Well, Mama, thanks for being part of this introduction, and we're going to get right on to Epic R10 Two-Toed Tobias.
So it's a remnant, kitty. Thanks for checking that out.
Alright, let's see your Lion Club.
Nice. It's pretty.
Oh, you really want me to whip it out?
Yeah, show me. Show me, big boy.
Whip it out, Nim.
I named it
DC 108.
Nice.
I named it after Simba, Nima, but with Nim, so it's Nima.
Isn't it pretty? Look at its face.
Oh, it's cute.
Nice.
Alright, line up for music.
Buff time.
How many remnants does that?
10,000.
Oh, wow. I wonder if I can get those and it's
Nice.
unbound, because if so, I can use them as games prizes.
No, that one is bound, but the crayfish ones are unbound.
And where do you get crayfish ones?
Same
Remnant.
guy. I'm looking at the
Remnant.
wiki for the remnant vendor.
Nice.
Wow, my intel is now 110. Sweet.
It's hot.
107 multi-vial. DC.
107
Oh, wow.
wisdom.
Nice. Nice numbers, eh, Ina?
Mm-hmm. Frickin' 99 will save.
I like these
Must
numbers.
be nice.
Woohoo.
For you level 29. Alright, I'm good.
Fire damage 1,000 foot. Oh. Too busy looking.
Double carny and a famine.
2 carnies and a famine. Remember, we're in here on R10, so it's not a normal gibbers run.
Gibbles.
It's just an R10 gibbers.
Gibbles and
Gibbers
bits.
run either.
That's a Reaper squirrel. Gibbles.
We got a Doom Reaper.
And in despair.
Great job.
After we're done shooting today, I'm gonna retry my brother's computer because this lag is definitely on my side.
There's a lost soul on the ramp. There's a little kobold sickle over here. There's another lost soul on the side of the ramp.
I'll grab one.
Did you bring enough for class? You know, if you wait for the trap box to be done, you wouldn't have to take spike damage.
You know, if you would just shut up!
It's just like your mother.
Damn, almost 1,000 positive spell power.
And we're only level 29 yet.
Nimbin, how far are you from
Okay,
29?
I don't know how quick can you get a divorce lawyer on the phone? 218,000.
Well, if we do a gibbers on this R10 and we do it again on Elite, I should be pretty damn close.
I was about to say, like, if you guys didn't finish your Necro Force layers, that would have been probably way faster, because I'm almost to 5,000.
This look with wielding the book is sick. I look like a fucking militant preacher.
Fear Reaper, Fear Reaper, Fear Reaper.
Voodoo always teased me when I held the book, and he's like, "Who wants to hold a book?" I'm like, "It's a powerful."
You look like a nerd.
But a nerd that can destroy you with words, like an internet troll.
I was just gonna say that. It would be helpful if I put my shield as part of my weapon set. I don't know if you know that or not, but shields work better when you equip them.
Nah.
Fact.
Really?
That can't be right.
Ooh, I almost have 600 sonic spell power. That's tight.
Carney!
Oh god.
There you go, running in first.
If you hit it first, then you would implode it.
And a plague.
Ina's playing the tank in Reaper Life 5.
I agree.
Cleric tank.
That works.
It's like a clank.
Fear, fear.
Fear
Fear.
Reaper. Just need a Benji for the set.
I'll build a fucking cleric tank for that.
Listen to that Chicago coming out. I'll build a cleric tank for that.
Oh
I ain't
no.
never been to Chicago in my life.
Nolans. The Chicago of the South.
Is that what they call Nolans?
Nolans, see? Get a couple of po' boys in Nolans.
I want a fucking po' boy. God damn it!
And now y'all making me hungry too.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Is there a Poe girl?
All I can get
I get
here
one
are
of those?
hoagies.
Yeah, po' boy sounds misogynistic to me. I need a po' girl.
Can I get a Poe man?
Yeah, I'm tired of all these
Right.
po' boys. I need a po' man.
Right now, man, a lobster roll or a meatball sub really sounds good.
Despair.
Oh, look, there's a whole
Oh,
set
Philly
of shit.
cheesesteak.
And a veggie.
A veggie? Veggie toast?
Circle.
Circle.
Where? I'm scared.
A veggie
see it.
wedgie.
Veggie wedgie.
Oh, that's the new term for circles now. Veggie wedgies.
Veggie wedgie.
Fuck.
I think we can.
Oh, veggie wedgie.
Circle.
Oh yeah, just kill the vampire. He's almost dead.
It's an optional.
Yeah, but
Circle, circle,
we don't need him
circle.
buffed from the Benji.
And you need the XP.
Circle.
Oh yeah, I do.
Apparently, I was in that circle.
Got wedgied.
Veggie wedgie.
You know, particularly when it's a ramp surface and all the spell effects, you know, it can be difficult to see the circles.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
ice
if there's
storm
a
makes
bit of
it
a hill or
hard.
a slope, you won't see most of the circle. It'll be in the ground.
Yeah, well, anytime somebody yelled circle, I just jumped in a direction without knowing if I was jumping into or out of the circle.
Yeah, I've
Same.
done that too. It's like, oh, which way, which way?
Rephrase. Thank you.
I love how the two people with white Reaper wings have like one's like dark graveyard bard and the other one's like celestial angel nuker.
Three Reapers. They're all the old school ones though.
Yeah. Well, except no fear.
They're like the grandma and grandpa Reapers.
Give it a chance. I mean, there's time.
They give it a chance.
I mean, come on, it's like a
Fossil.
frog we can kill. Maybe we'll get one then.
204,000.
Yeah, you'll get there.
I actually will be 2K away if we finish this now with all the. Oh, we didn't get max boosts. Yeah, we can get the
Still
breakables.
have
We'll
Fear,
get
and I
breakables.
fell.
Go for the fear.
Doom, famine.
Fear's down.
Go for the famine next.
Famine's down.
That Doom went straight for me.
Doom's down.
I had his aggro. You jumped in front of him.
It was doomsday.
But see, if I play the tank for Reaper Life 5, then what is Boo gonna play?
I'll play the healer. That's what I wanted to play for Reaper Life 4. But we didn't have a tank.
Four. That's what I wanted to do. You're
Gorsh!
forcing me to tank.
You're forcing me to Reaper
What?
life!
When you asked me about it, you said we needed a healer in the same damn sentence. If you said you were healing, I would have
Gosh.
played a tank.
I thought I said we need a healer or tank, but
That's it. Everybody re-roll.
let's just scrap all these videos. I'll take down the trailer. We'll redo Reaper Life 4.
I'll play
No.
Twizzles.
I'll play Mama Nimbin.
I'll play Gary Busey.
Oh man, I didn't know that was an option. Alright, then I'm Bob
that's
Saget.
Scary Busey.
Scary piece. I really need to grab that GIF.
Doom Reaper.
Baby
Another
Heel
Doom
Stone grew
Reaper.
up.
I have 431 PRR right now. And 365 armor class.
Nice.
Holy shit, that's a really scary Busey. Imagine that popping up when you get a bit cheer on Twitch.
Killed a frog for 83,000.
Oh wait, I did the math wrong. I'm gonna need like 100,000 after this. So yeah, probably an elite run.
Despair Reaper.
I think I'll put on Spell Absorption. Heal Mama, please.
Thank you.
Heal this lag, please.
Oh.
It's just R10 lag.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put on the Jeweled Cloak. Hey, might as well hit my Undying Vanguard. It's almost over anyways.
Just when we
Great
see
job.
gibbers with Reaper ability stacked on it.
I need to
Don't
switch
loot
to
yet.
Paul.
1635. Oh yeah, don't loot, because we gotta switch.
I'm gonna log out here so that way it doesn't lock the instance.